Okay, um, this is another tutorial. This tutorial is going to be covering creating a button in a trigger and also creating a button using a action definition. Um, this is for the editor version 1.0.3, just in case they update and this stops working, of course. Um, so first thing we're going to do is I have my editor open. I don't have a map, so I'm going to create one new, and I'm going to change this to custom. And then I'm going to create a small map because all we're doing is triggers and actions and stuff. So I'm going to press OK. That way, of course, it loads faster when I go to test it. Alright, I'm going to open my triggers, which is this button right here, or F6. Alright, and I've got this first default trigger. I'm just going to delete it. There we go. Alright, the first thing we're going to do here is create a button in a trigger. So we need to create a trigger. And I'm lost. There we go. And let's just call it create a button. This is a trigger called create a button. Of course, with every trigger, you got to have some kind of event. So we just want this on map startup or map initialization. And we're going to create a dialog. What a dialog is, it's the big box that buttons or any other kind of dialog is placed in. So you'll have your bigger box with the border, and then you'll have all your buttons inside of it. So let's create one of those right here. This is the create new action, or Control R, and we want dialog. Dialog is right there, and we want to create dialog. And OK. Alright. All this right here, we can just leave it as it is. Don't need to really edit anything. Uh, we'll go over that in another tutorial or something, and we'll edit these two in the second part of this tutorial. The next thing we need to do is create a dialog button. This is the actual button itself. So we're going to create a new action and dialog, and we're going to create a dialog item and make it a button. So now underneath this we have quite a few options. The only one we need to edit is this button text. Just double click on it, and I'm just going to put in, actually I'm going to name it button in trigger. Alright, there we go. Press OK, and you're done with that. The last thing we gotta do is we have to display the dialog to the players, and so we're going to show the dialog. Just create a new action, and this is underneath dialog also. Scroll down and show hide dialog. Alright, and by default it's set to hide. Click on it and there will be a show option. This last created dialog, it's this dialog we created right here is the last one, so that's the one it's going to show, and it's going to show it to all players. This right here is a dialog item, which is the button, so it's included in this dialog. You don't have to worry about showing or hiding that right now with this tutorial. Alright, I'll go ahead and run this so you can see that this right here works inside the trigger. Need to get a new computer. This takes way too long to load. Okay, there we go. Alright, as you can see, the dialog box is this right here. this big box. The dialog item, which is a button, is this right here, and see button and trigger. As you notice, you can click on it, it makes a noise, but at the moment it doesn't do anything. So now that we got that, alright, next thing we want to do is create a button with an action definition. Alright, so we got to create an action definition. This is an action that can be called by any trigger. So let's go over here, and where you create action definitions is on this side underneath your triggers. Go down, new, go over, and action definition, or Control Alt R. I believe this is, oh, there has to be a one over here somewhere. Function, there we go. That's action definition. That's the button part. And we're going to name this create a button. So it's going to be the same name as our trigger, but this is the action definition. Alright, and what I meant by this can be used by any trigger. If I created a new map and I had this button, this action definition creating a button, and I wanted to use that in another map, I could just go up, copy this, open up the new map, and paste it in, and then call it with a trigger in that map, and it would work. Alright, so what we're going to do, now that we got that created, we're going to create a dialog. Of course, this is the big box that all the dialog items go into. And we're going to do that in our action definition. So come down here to actions, create a new action, dialog, and this is all the same. Well, at least this next few steps are all the same as what we did in the trigger. Alright, and not destroy, create. There we go. Alright, and if you notice here, I've got one little thing we need to do differently. We're going to change the dialog position to the top left of the screen. The reason we're going to do this is so we're letting both of these, the button we created in the trigger and the button we're creating with the action definition, be displayed on the screen at the same time. If we just leave this in the center, they're just going to overlap. So what you do is just click on the center, or this anchor center, and we're going to change it to top left. There we go. That way it won't be overlapping the other one. Next thing we need to do is we need to create a dialog, create a dialog button. Of course, that's the button. So come down here, dialog, create dialog item button. Okay, remember the only thing we have to edit is this right here. I'm going to call this button with action, well, I'm just going to call it button with AD, action definition. Press OK. Alright, next thing we got to do is, of course, we got to show the dialog to the players. So we're going to come up here, create a new one, new action, there's dialog, and of course we're going to go down to show hide dialog and change it from the default hide to show. And what this is going to do, this is going to show the last created dialog. The last created dialog will be this one right here, and then it's going to show it to all players. Alright, well, one last thing we've got to do is we have to create the new action definition inside the trigger. So this action definition doesn't run on its own. This trigger has an event, and on that event it's going to do everything underneath here. So what we got to do is we got to add our new action definition under there somewhere so it actually runs. And since we created it, it's going to be underneath general. If you notice right there, create a button. Just press OK, and there's create a button. And so it's going to go down, it's going to make the first button, and then it's going to call this create a button, and it's going to make our second button. Alright, now let's go ahead and run this. So, loan startup again. Oh, that was actually pretty fast. Okay, here we go. This is the button we created with the trigger. This is the button we created with the action definition. What's the difference in the two? They both create the button in the exact same way as far as the button and dialogue is concerned. What they actually do differently is this is in the trigger itself, and this is in an action definition. Okay, this is more mobile module. You can move it from map to map, no problem. You can use it at different places in your map in different triggers without having to rewrite it. This right here, you'd have to copy paste or just completely rewrite it. Um, go to triggers. This right here is, if you're serious about making maps, is probably what you need to start doing. Uh, is in action definitions. If you find like if you need to create like buttons throughout the game, just create an action definition. Once you get more familiar with what they can actually do, it'll be a lot easier for you to edit them and get them to do all these kind of nifty little things like display custom uh, button sizes and dialogue sizes on every time you call the action definition with the same code. So you don't have to edit anything except for two little parameters, and then it'll change all that for you automatically. Okay. Um, if you have any questions, please post a comment asking them, and I'll try to get to them. Of course, requests, things you'd like to see. I am learning myself, so I'm trying to cover what I learn with everyone else. That way, they don't have to go through all the steps of breaking down the more advanced tutorials just to learn the basics. Okay, thanks everyone, and happy playing.